is a show I went to see on Sunday the 17th of February to the matinee. It's called Lift, and it's performing at the Soho Theatre, though it finishes at the end of this week. The cast include Julie Atherton as the French teacher, Nikki Davis-Jones as the secretary, Cynthia Erivo as lap dancer, Johnny Fiennes as ballet dancer, Luke Kempner as bright young thing, Ellie Kirk is the character described as athletic and wearing a thong, George Maguire plays busker, Robbie Towns plays tall, dark and handsome, and the music is by Craig Adams and the book is by Ian Watson. I usually I'm starting to develop an appreciation for small theatrical pieces. Last year, as you know, I went to see Firing Life at the Camden Pirate Castle. I absolutely loved it, and I can't wait for Emma Tro's next piece, Deep Over. But Lift seemed like something I really should see. It's got a strong cast in the theatre world. Everybody knows Julie Atherton, everybody knows Nikki Davis-Jones, everybody knows Ellie Kirk and Robbie Towns. I'm not so sure about Johnny and Luke and George, I don't know. But it's, everyone who knows the theatre knows that these guys have got the lungs to belt out some terrific tunes. The piece, as it describes on all the leaflets and things, 8 people, 1 lift, 54 seconds, and it sort of goes into the relationships and how people communicate. I found the piece rather random, and half the time I didn't know what was going on. A few of the characters seemed to have this thing where they were depressed because someone called Sarah had left them, and I was a bit like, okay. But then they had the Johnny Fiennes character, and it was going on about how he was on the internet chat rooms chatting to somebody, but he was pretending to be a lass. And it's nearly all the characters, we delved into their lives a little bit, apart from Robbie Towns and Ellie Kirk. These two I thought were really underused, and I would have liked to have seen a bit more of them, but their only purpose seemed to be where Ellie was the voice of Johnny's internet persona, and Robbie was the internet persona for Luke Kempner, as they were communicating to each other on their iPads and things. And I thought, yeah, I would have liked to have seen a bit more of those two. Some of the songs I really liked, but like I said, the acting, some of the dialogue and that, I was really confused by it, and everyone around me and everyone I know that's seen it has been like, wow, it was amazing, oh my god, it was brilliant, get down to see it, it's great. And I was like, yeah, and I'm just like, yeah, it was okay, which is probably going to get me shot now, but I can't help it. It was alright. I'd say Firing Life was better. But yeah, there's pictures in. I got this programme for £3, and there's pictures of the rehearsal in there. I really like the song with Nikki Davis-Jones and George Maguire, where he's taking her to the top of the roof or something, and he's showing her top of the city, and he's basically telling her that he loves her and that, I think, because he plays, he plays a busker, and everyone knows, you go through Covent Garden, you pass buskers and all sorts on the way, you don't really stop and chat with anybody. So, yeah, an okay piece, but not one. If somebody offered me a free ticket to go tonight, I wouldn't go. I'd be like, yeah, sorry. Oh, I'm coming down with a cold, I hate it. But yeah, Johnny Fiennes, like I said, he was a highlight for me, purely because he was so hilarious. All his scenes were just funny, whether he was pretending to be the female chatting to Luke Kempner, or whether he was talking with Cynthia Erivo as the lap dancer kind of thing. I thought they worked really well together. Nikki Davis-Jones, I don't know whether she was fancying George Maguire's character, but then there also seemed to be this thing where she was I don't know whether she was singing about Luke Kempner's character, because like she's a secretary and it seemed to be like she worked for Luke Kempner's character, and I don't know if there was supposed to be some sort of attraction thing going on there. I didn't know what was going on. If anybody would like to actually explain it in detail to me, feel free, and then I might be able to properly appreciate it for what it was. But it's not really tempting me to buy the concept album, I must say. Fair enough if you like it out there, then yeah, go ahead and enjoy it, but it's just not my thing, I don't think. And that's my opinion, and I have free speech and blah blah blah. I did get my programme signed afterwards by most of them. The only people I missed were Luke and Robbie. But yeah, got everybody's autographs nearly. Cynthia, I think I went mainly for Cynthia because I'd seen her in Sister Act and I'd seen her in Umbrellas of Cherbourg, and I think she's wonderful. There were quite a lot of people in the audience who I think were there for Nikki. There was a lot of Crazy Vicky fans, like literally about 5 or 10 minutes before the show started. I was sat on the front row because we got told to go down to the bottom and sit there, and about 10 minutes before the show started, Sam Lupton, who plays Bock in Wicked, was there with his friend Catherine Moraz, and they sat down, and then there was like these two crazy fangirls next to me going, "Is that Sam Lupton? It looks like him." "Yeah, I think it is." "Oh my god, it's Sam Lupton! Oh my god, I'm actually going to die!" And I was just like, bloody hell, was I like that once upon a time? I think I actually was, and that I was just like, will you calm down? Like, seriously. So many, and they weren't the only acting people I saw. I saw Alex Gaumond and his partner Jane McMurtry. They had reserved seats up the blinking top. I don't remember seeing anyone else, but then I'm not very good at recognising a lot of people. If I see someone a couple of times in the show, then I learn to start recognising them, but there was no one else I really noticed, but there might have been. It seems like loads of theatre peeps have been going lately, so yeah. And that's really my thoughts on Lift.